Henry Hill School is a Decile 1 contributing school. The majority of our children come from a suburb, Maraenui. It has the highest deprivation index in Napier. It's a community that's gone through a lot of intergenerational trauma, domestic violence, impacts of gangs, lack of trust in the system. So we've had to work hard at developing those relationships and making sure that we really are that safe place for all our kids and community. As far as neuroscience goes, it's not that these kids don't have the ability to achieve academically, it's that you actually need to be calmed first before you can intake any kind of cognitive content.
You've got 4 parts of your brain, and the bottom is your brainstem. So if you're really down or angry, if your parents are arguing, then you're scared, and then that means you're in your brainstem.
Me ki te rangi hakiroto.
But then if you come to school and then you do yoga, it'll make you go all the way up to the cortex.
Taumatika hakiwaho.
So the neurosequential model has 3 R's. So the first one is regulate. So you need to be calm before you can do anything else. Second one is to relate. So there has to be some type of relationship before you can begin to do the third R, which is reason.
So the second that they enter the door, we just form a circle and we start our yoga. It's a great way for them to start. It gives them the feeling of being safe in a place with people they trust. They feel welcomed.
Kiri whakamuri hakiroto.
Then we do our karakia, which is, again, relational.
Tauraka.
The karakia gives them a good foundation for the day. Our one is written by a previous caretaker. It is in a rhythmic and patterned way. They just know that they're part of a team.
If a child's lost it, our initial mode is to go in and fix that, to awhi them to help heal. But it's like shooting bullets at bulletproof glass. Their words keep bouncing back at us because the first thing we need to do is regulate and calm them.
Te Ahuru Mowai started from, we had all these native trees in this space that wasn't really being utilised by the kids. Jace had gone overseas and seen sensory spaces over there. We had a lot of kids that when they get dysregulated, they just need a touch and they need to move and they need to ground themselves. It is a space that they can use away from everybody else, reconnect with Papatūānuku, connecting with Tāne Mahuta.
The school's in a really pivotal and unique situation where if we're going to do some learning, let's learn some life skills. There's definitely been more of an emphasis on health and wellbeing in terms of a holistic approach, and particularly with focusing on our environmental health and what that means for our children.
Whoa. Start.
We looked at our lunch boxes, looking at the waste within our lunch boxes, how can we have healthier lunches, and then we established the Māta Kai, and the kids loved it. Right from, growing the seeds into seedlings, into putting it into the Māta Kai. We're taking care of Papatūānuku by reducing our waste. In return, she's going to give us this beautiful kai that's going to be delicious.
With your cartoon, Taurus, who's the main character in it?
Mr. Mechanical.
Mr. Mechanical, awesome. All right, I think it's time for a brain break, guys. Meet me over in the middle. So a brain break is essentially a way of resetting our brain after a sustained period of learning. After about 15 to 30 minutes, the human brain reaches a plateau where we can't actually take in any more learning. So a brain break is a way of kind of saying, sweet, let's regulate ourselves, let's do a relational activity that's rhythmic and patterned.
There's one with alternate nostril breathing, and I'm pretty sure it's called Nadi Shodhan Pranayama. Yeah. And then there's the palm dance that we made up.
So the neuroscience behind it is that when you cross over the midline in your body, forms a synapse, and then that allows your brain, like both cerebral hemispheres, to connect together. That sort of jogs your brain into action for the next task.
The PLD for us gave us license to try different things, to think out of the box, and to know that these intuitive things we've always done or things we've introduced over time actually are having an impact, and it goes beyond the academic data or lack of transience data or having less stand-downs and suspensions. But it honestly just gave us license to start pushing things, to have those difficult conversations with each other around our practice. If you all think about someone in your classrooms that's been challenging or perhaps is affected by trauma, and think just about their fine motor skills.
Yeah, I think there's one boy in particular where his fine motor skills are lacking.
We've always talked about wanting intergenerational change, and this is the first time we've felt like we're close to seeing the fruits of that labour.
The kids, they love it. They see their parents, their significant others showing up, and a lot of them wait at the door. And so we talk just a lot more of a presence, I think, in the school, which is what we've been hoping for from parents and wider extended family as well.
Something we always preach here is we want our kids here, and even our kids at home, to be better than we are. We want our kids here to be better parents than their parents. In turn, their moko will be these amazing kids that'll make these massive changes in the community.